On or about June 16th of 2024, you did knowingly make an open or indecent exposure of your person while fondling your genitals in a public area.
I do not identify. I identify as the beneficiary that is here to protect Derek Stringer. I said, how do you charge a dead entity, sir?
I'm sorry, say that again?
How do you charge a dead entity, sir? And
it just happened right before your eyes. Good luck to you.
We're about to go to war.
This courtroom hearing spirals out of control pretty quickly. Judge Urich, who's known for being strict and straightforward, is dealing with a man claiming to be a sovereign citizen. It's honestly hard to tell if he's pretending to be unstable, or if he's actually struggling mentally. He's in court today facing 2 charges of public indecency after being caught behaving inappropriately in a local park. Let me know in the comments, do you think he's faking it or really not well? I know if you like videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Mr. Stringer does not acknowledge or consent to this hearing. Is that correct, Mr. Stringer?
I do not identify. I identify as the beneficiary that is here to protect Derek Stringer.
Very well, Mr. Stringer. The court is going to read the charge into the record since the formal reading is not waived. Mr. Stringer, on or about June 16th of 2024, you did knowingly make an open or indecent exposure of your person while fondling your genitals in a public area, contrary to the statute so made and provided at Michigan Compiled Law 750.335A, subparent 2, subparent B. The court advises you that this is referred to as a Tier 1 offense under the Sex Offender Registry Act. There is a count 2 misdemeanor in that on the same date you did knowingly make an open or indecent exposure of your person contrary to the statute so made and provided at Michigan Compiled Law 750.335A, subparent 2, subparent A, commonly known as indecent exposure.
Sir, excuse me, sir. You have not talked to my beneficiary yet. You have not talked to the person who owns the estate yet.
Mr. Angot, the court is making a notation of court-appointed counsel to run through the IDSO office, and that new counsel, as appointed by Mr. Mena, can make whatever judgments they wish to make and make any motions they wish to make at Mr. Stringer's first probable cause conference. Mr. Stringer, this matter is now being set for a probable cause conference. That will be on a new date. The law entitles you to what they refer to as a preliminary examination within 21 days of this arraignment today.
He also has a lengthy criminal history out of Texas, going from as recent of these warrants, which were entered last year, back to around 2015, receiving charges for evading arrest and detention, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, assault, family, house member impeding breath or circulation, several other assault charges, a weapons charge, and then also like falsifying assault from 2019 out of Markwood Woods, which looks like it was deferred up as assaulting a public officer or obstructing.
Judge, despite the fact of these charges and what was listed by the detective, I believe that with the GPS tether, that certainly would give this court, pretrial services, and any other entity overseeing Mr. Stringer during the pendency of this matter, notice of where he would be within 3 feet, is my understanding, with that tether. I don't think a cash bond is necessary. I would ask the court to give him a personal bond with the GPS tether.
Given everything that's before the court at this time, the court will set bond in the amount of $50,000. Cash or surety, no 10% allowed at this time.
I've got to say, this judge really knows what he's doing. I've seen other judges deal with sovereign citizens, and most either lose patience or waste way too much time. But Judge Urich, he handles them fast and efficiently. The way he points out the flaws in their arguments is actually pretty funny, even though he stays calm and professional. Setting a $50,000 bond was definitely the right move, too. This guy already has several felony charges. And he's still pretty young. He doesn't need to be back on the streets right now. Hopefully, he can get his life together. But honestly, I can't tell if he's struggling mentally or just pretending. What do you think? Let's get back to the video.
Mr. Stringer, wishes to bring various motions before the examining judge. And that could include a motion to modify his bond. That is his right and his privilege. But at this time, that is the bond as set by this court. Mr. Stringer, that concludes your arraignment, sir.
Sir, so I can't get out on a personal bond?
That's correct, Mr. Stringer. You cannot get out on a personal bond. 50,000 cash or surety with the appropriate conditions that were already listed by the court. That completes your arraignment, sir.
Sir, so what is going on with the, what is going on? Right?
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm being charged. I'm being charged with entity that is.
Can you please move up so the court could hear you?
I said, how do you charge a dead entity, sir?
I'm sorry, say that again?
How do you charge a dead entity, sir? And
It just happened right before your eyes. The court has jurisdiction over you, sir. Venue and jurisdiction have been established by sworn testimony. That completes your arraignment. Good luck to you.
we're about to go to war.
Not sure if you guys caught that in the second hearing, but he actually said, "We're about to go to war," right there in court. Honestly, that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard someone say to a judge. If I were the judge, I would have hit him with contempt charges on the spot. Anyway, we're about to jump into his second hearing. Now this time, in front of a different judge who definitely doesn't go easy on him. Things get pretty intense here. Let me know what you thought about the first hearing, and let's get into this next part.
All right, Mr. Stringer, state your name.
I don't acknowledge myself as Lynn Stringer. I'm a living entity.
Okay, is there another name that you go by, sir?
A living entity, I'm the beneficiary, so I go as a job. And I want to fire that counsel. I don't want him.
All right, so there's a number of things to unpack here. All right, so let's walk through this. So did he make it known to you that he wished to no longer proceed with your services?
Judge, we discussed the case fully, and I had a lengthy phone call with one of his relatives, and it was my intention to ask the court to refer this to the Forensic Center for a competency evaluation.
I do think it, given your experience and then your connection with him as well as a family member, plus the way the defendant has presented today, that a competency review is in order. And so I'm happy to move forward with that. So Mr. Stringer, there is, just so you understand, there has been some preliminary information that suggests that you may not be competent to proceed at this particular time. Whether that's a correct assertion is basically a decision that can only be made after an investigation is done to determine whether or not you can, that you understand the nature of the proceedings, that you can assist your attorney. We need to find those things out. And so, Ms. Mott-Lewis, can you prepare an order for competency review?
You think this judge is making the right call by ordering a competency review for this defendant? In case you didn't know, when someone tries to fire their defense attorney, it can create serious problems if they're not mentally stable. Without a lawyer, they can't defend themselves properly. And even though this guy thinks he's smarter than everyone else, it's pretty clear he's not thinking clearly. That slows down the entire process and could even lead to his charges being thrown out for violating his right to a fair trial. After all, if he doesn't even understand the charges or how court works, it's like trying to play a game without knowing the rules. Complete chaos. Let's get back to it.
I'm going to wait to consider that request until I can determine whether or not he's competent. If I would remove Mr. Sanutko off the file, if I would remove him off the file based on a request made by a person who's later determined to be incompetent, I think that would be a real issue. And so at this point in time, I'm going to grant the request.
What labels me incompetent? My intelligence, because I have a high IQ?
No. That's not it, sir. There are different legal standards, but really it comes down to whether or not you can understand the nature of the proceedings at this time, that you have the ability.
I overstand the nature of the proceedings. It's
that
the
you
fact
that you have the ability to assist your attorney in
and
your
I would
defense.
want to withdraw, sir. I do not want my legal counsel. Actually, he did not reach out to the person that my relative told him to reach out to my father, and he didn't do that. My father was going to tell him that we wanted him to withdraw. He did not reach out to my father. He only reached out to Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor gave him my father's number, and he did not do that. So I would like him to withdraw from my case, sir. I have no. So he isn't competent enough for me, honestly.
I'm pretty sure this competency review is going to confirm that this guy has some serious mental health issues. He's already facing multiple felony charges. And honestly, it looks like he's just going to keep adding more. Don't get me wrong, I believe in giving people second chances, but it really seems like he's already used up plenty of those. It's hard to say if he's genuinely struggling mentally or if he's just acting like a typical sovereign citizen. Thinking he's above the law? The fact that he got caught acting out in public makes me lean toward him having real issues. Though, what do you guys think? Did the judges handle this situation the right way? Personally, I think they did. They managed it as well as they could. Maybe hitting him with contempt would have made him rethink his attitude, but who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.